Coach Joe Kennedy today looking at the ultimate vindication in his lawyer, Kelly Shackelford, President and CEO of First Liberty Institute. Welcome to you both. Coach, let's get your reaction first.
I really don't know what to say. I just can't stop smiling. And, thank God and thank everybody that supported me. And I found out that I'm not insane. It's absolutely true of all the facts of the case. And it just feels good to know that the First Amendment is alive and well.
I just have one question for you now, Coach. Are you heading back to the field?
Soon as the school district says, hey, come back, I am there. Absolutely.
Have they given you any indication that's the case?
I mean, we just found out this morning, so it's early in Bremerton, so they're all waking up to that news, and I expect some phone calls today from them.
I'll get more reaction to that in just a moment. To your lawyer now, your team has certainly made the case that you had the right to kneel in prayer on the 50-yard line, and your point was that this was not a form of coercion, although to Shannon's point, there were players who came forward to the coach and said they were not comfortable with this. So what was the case that you built over time on this?
It's pretty basic, Sandra, and that is free speech and free exercise are both protected under the First Amendment. And whether that's a teacher bowing their head over their meal or whether that's coach going for 15 to 20 seconds after the game and saying a prayer, a silent prayer, you have a right to do that. So if the government is going to infringe upon that, and in this case, really fire him because he exercises First Amendment rights, they've got to have some sort of very serious, justification for that, and they didn't have anything like that. This idea that somehow if players see him across the field, that is enough to take away his First Amendment rights. Not only a coach, but a guy who spent 20 years in the Marines fighting for our freedoms. That's not the way this country works. And so I think everybody's going to see, and I'm so glad for Joe. 6 years of fighting. He will be back on that field. That's what the case was about. He didn't ask for money. He just wanted his job back and to be able to go on the field after the game and pray. And this fall, when the games start, that's what he'll be doing. And but his case ended up being bigger because it protected so many other people. A really broad opinion that I think is going to provide a lot of protections for a lot of Americans under the First Amendment.
Coach, just reading a bit from Justice Neil Gorsuch's opinion on this case, saying the Constitution and the best of our traditions counsel mutual respect and tolerance. He says not censorship and suppression, religious and non-religious views alike. How much does this mean to you, not just for you, Coach, and the ability to pray on the field and allow others to join you without coercion? What does it mean for you? But going beyond that, what do you think this means for other coaches who wish to do the same?
Hey, coaches or any public employee, I think about the teachers, I think about the janitors, the lunch people, everybody that works in a school district that's a lot of people in this country, and everybody was keeping their eye on all of this to see what their rights are going to be. Are they going to be taken away? And it just shows that, hey, it doesn't matter what your faith is or if you have no faith. It just proves that, this is America and the First Amendment applies, and nobody should have to worry about, now especially, have to worry about just because you want to thank God, you could do it now. And that's just an awesome thing for everybody.
Coach, fair to say that if you had to do this all over again, you would?
Yes, I would. I would think a couple times before I do the whole 7 years and losing the first 5 times, but absolutely 100% worth it, knowing that I fought for the right thing and ended up winning, and knowing that justice is done and the freedoms are good.
Coach, thank you so much for joining us and your first reaction to that ruling coming down this morning. Appreciate your time and your lawyers. Kelly, thank you very much.